Traders, how are you? Welcome to this live intraday scalping video. Normally I don't really take these type of trades. I do like to go with the momentum, but just looking at something slightly different here as we pick up sellers in this region around 260. Okay, just watch that because I am watching to see if there's any interest around that area to sell the market. Just to give it some context, it's the E-mini S&P. It's my live account, okay, real money. I've recorded this in real time, so you're actually going to see what I'm thinking in real time. I'm watching this area here, 270 on the offer. As we approach 47.40, 47.40 is this area up here that we've already tested once, we've already tested twice. We're struggling to get through it after a big move up on the day, okay? No rocket science used here, but also no nonsense, okay? All of this divergent lines and all this nonsense I see being used. This is actually how institutions trade, which is what I'm going to show you today. Looking at real buyers and sellers, we can go through all of these components video by video, but for now I just want to focus on in the moment trading. As you can see, stuff's happening, and you can see here now the offers have increased from 260 to 335. Okay, so that's a big clue there that sellers are not moving out of the way as we come to test this area for the third time. So just to give it some context, I don't want this video to be too long, but I believe the all-time highs were around here or here. We broke out, we had quite a big move in the market, and normally I like to go with the momentum, as I said, but started a little bit late today. So, and there you can see, so there's a lot going on, so you'll have to forgive me as I will be talking about 5 different things at the same time. But you can see that now it's up at 300, and we actually printed 40, so 40 actual buyers came into the market in that area I'm watching. 40 excuse me, just up above where the high levels of volume have been. So I'm not really interested in getting into the market until I see sellers sticking around, which they are. So you can see here more and more contracts are printing at this level, 40, very important level. Excuse me. So I'm just watching that area, and it looks like that area is now holding, so really starting to get interested in fading this area. This is really what scalping is about, okay? If you're really interested in scalping, I don't do it very often, but this is the purest definition of scalping that you'll find, okay? It's not, levels are one thing, and what price is doing is, it's a very small amount of it. What really matters is, what are buyers and sellers doing at the prices you've identified? So, I'm sorry, I just moved it as I was recording it there, but as you can see, that area again, 40, we'll just pick it up there. Sellers stuck around, we went right up into it several times. We had quite a bit of volume printing at 40 as well, which suggests that even though buyers were buying in that area, sellers were still happy to stick around. So now I'm really interested. We're going to move forward to when I actually executed. Okay, so let's pick up the action. It's literally just a few minutes later. Obviously, I don't want to just have you stand here staring at it, just going sideways. You can see it went sideways for a little while. But again, this 40 area, very, very crucial. You can see it on the footprint that buyers were being absorbed. A lot of buying coming in, the market unable to move higher. We talked about it at that 40 level. We saw it on the depth of market. Those sellers are still there, right? 300 plus. Okay, so this is where I start getting interested. If I see any aggressive selling now coming in, and you can see it, it's all coming in. Actual sellers are coming in. You're not going to see this on any retail chart, okay? So drop that junk. You're going to see me execute here on my live futures account. Going to start entering slowly. There you go. Couple of short contracts. You can see the P&L there, but it's not really that important, the P&L. It's more obviously the thought process behind what's going on here. So yeah, as I was saying, on the retail chart, really gotta forget about that, because you're not going to see any of this stuff on that. So yeah, just basically entered 2 contracts there, just sitting here now, waiting to see the reaction. Obviously ready to get out. You can see my risk, probably not more than about $200 or $300. Happy to make kind of 1.5 to 2 times that. So really looking for somewhere in the region of $500 to $600, just back into some sort of consolidation around here. We are very, very punchy today, so not looking for anything too crazy. Like I said, it is a scalp trade. Just looking to see if these sellers stick around, and they do. You can see how important this is, right? 47.40, right? It's not just some made up number based on some useless indicator underneath. It's actually happening in real time. You can see it here. Those sellers are not going anywhere, okay? And on top of that, you've got aggressive selling coming into the market. This game is about probabilities. Probability suggests that there's a lot of pressure here and we are going to move down. Where are we likely to move down into? Well, very little volume is printed here, so that is ultimately where I'm going for. Probably start to scale out around here somewhere, but again, just waiting. So we did just have one more push up. As I said, these sellers were just there, so you can see I added another entry in. So now I'm short of 3, and slowly I think the pressure is starting to crank up to the downside. Let's just give it a second to see how this all plays out. Again, you can see very, very similar process going on here in the footprint. Buyers coming in, but not getting any business done. A lot of absorbing going on. And then one thing you don't see on the footprint, which you can see here, is the actual offers in the market. So that I want it to stay around 250 to 300, right? Every time we move up, and in fact, you can see it's there. Every time we move up, and in fact, now we've got it on 2 levels. We've got 300 on 2 levels, which gives me even more confidence. You can see that 360 and 300. There's a lot of pressure building now to the downside. So like I said at the start, I've got a lot of volume that happened here. Really don't want to necessarily get involved on this side of the volume, just looking to get involved on the underside of where we've been trading a lot. Just looking to add some more here, because every time we go up, I'm seeing these offers just stick. So let's just fast forward here and see how it actually played out. Okay, so we're gonna just pick up the action here. So you can see I've scaled out of quite a bit of the trade, and for around 3 points, so not too bad. Up about, well, you can see it here, banked already around $300, so got another 100 there, so about 450 up on the day. The reason I fast forwarded, it took about 30 minutes, right, for this to happen. It's because the market's been up all day. It's taken buyers a little time to just give up. So that's another thing that no indicator is going to show you. It's obviously just experience. You're going to know that when you are fading a market that's been going up the majority of the day, it's going to take some time, so you have to be very patient. So like I said, ultimately I am aiming for this sort of area here, and hopefully that will bring me towards my kind of $500 target. Not bad for 30 minutes work, but have to be very, very patient. So you can see the 40 area is well cleared now, and we are now on the underside of the point of control for the day, which you can see everywhere here. We're now going in the right direction. I'm hoping to just really reach that sort of area before we call it quits, or before I call it quits. You can see a lot of aggression here, more and more selling coming in relative to the buying. And I know I've said it many times, but you're just not going to see this on a normal chart, right? You've seen those candlestick charts, and I don't even know what people use, but you can't see any of this stuff. So if you're not using this stuff, have a serious think about whether you're doing the right thing. So yeah, now we're really starting to motor into this area, and I think this is where we're likely to see some reaction. So probably will be taking it off around that area. I'm surprised I haven't taken it off yet. Just see. Obviously sometimes when you're in the moment, a lot of things going on, but I believe this area we will likely see some reaction. So let's just see how it plays out. You can see there's almost no buying at all. So all of that stuff that was happening up at 40 was absolutely crucial. And we're just piling in with sellers now. Lot of sellers, but we are starting to see some resistance or support, if you like, in this area where there hasn't been much volume that has traded on the way up, right? So you can see in that area there was not much volume that was traded in this area. Okay, so just literally the final part now playing out. Okay, there you go. So just took that off there for $512. $512.50. Just a little scalp. Normally I do like to go for much more, and obviously we go for bigger days, but you know, today wasn't one of those. There will be days in the future, and everyone knows this, where I will be having several $1,000 days. But this was good enough for a late start in the day. I think I came into the market somewhere around here. Just noticed obviously we'd had a big move up, a lot of resistance at the top. Looked at what real buyers and sellers were doing, as I've highlighted to you, and yeah, $500, about 30 minutes on the day. Pure scalping, okay? Be very careful when you watch videos about scalping. You know, scalping, people telling you, just showing a pure price chart, you're gambling, right? Basically, that's what you're doing. You're not looking at this stuff. You have no idea about scalping. Scalping is literally looking at bids, offers, seeing how they're interacting with each other at crucial points. If you've just got a price chart, you've only got that. You don't actually have anything else. You've got like 10% of the information. So don't do that, and hopefully this will get you started. Click the button to subscribe. Hopefully you found that useful. See you soon for another live intraday scalping video.